From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, at my bar, at Tommy Max, of course, and brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. We got a great show for you lined up today, and it's all about branding. Let's welcome the panel. Mike Breen is here.
Please.
How are you, from TBC International? Is that correct? What do you do, Mike?
I help companies locate from all over the world into the U.S.
Okay.
And U.S. companies looking to go into international locations.
Oh, no kidding. So a company that's looking to expand or move entirely, its headquarters, whatever,
and
have a satellite, whatever.
Yep, and it's all about branding.
No kidding. How long you been doing that for?
Oh, about 30 years, or 11 years. I was working as head of international for the Jack's USA Partnership.
Oh, really?
Chamber.
Oh, the USA part? Yeah, no kidding. All right.
And had to brand Jacksonville.
Okay, that's great, man.
So,
well, thanks for being here. We'll get back into branding for sure. Tony's here from Apple Rush. How you doing, Tone?
I'm doing great.
You got a nice little supply of little drinks here. What are we talking about?
Yeah, we manufacture some different products in the CBD, Kratom, Delta 8, Delta 9 beverage space. We develop products for people and our own products.
Okay.
So
how long? It's a year old, you said?
We started this in about 2016, actually.
Okay. You said you spent a lot of time and money on R&D before you even went to product launch.
Yeah, we've spent probably $1 million in research and development.
Yep.
We developed our own water-soluble products. We
Yep.
created our own water-soluble product for the CBD beverage
Yep.
and for our Kratom beverages and everything else.
Yep.
We're a small public company with a symbol APRU. So
yeah, sure.
it is
It's all
pretty
about
exciting.
absorption in that game, isn't it? How the body absorbs it, how quickly it breaks it down. The water-soluble is part of that, right?
It is.
Get into the system quicker.
If you have something that's water-soluble, it digests through your liver.
Okay.
So it works like beer, okay?
Yep.
If you have something that is just
like that
oil
here.
and it goes through your system, through your digestive tract, it works way slower,
Yep.
way less absorption.
Okay.
So you want to be water-soluble to get the best use. This gives you about 95% absorption.
Okay.
Under your tongue or
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
20%.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
Big
no
difference,
doubt about
yeah.
it. Great having you on
Thanks.
the show. Adam Ball is here.
How are you?
Esquire Advertising,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All
Pleasure.
right. How long have you been doing that for, man?
I'm pretty new. I've only been with the company for about 6 or 7 weeks.
Okay. All right. What did
but
you do prior to that?
Yeah, so I played professional golf for 6 years.
Did you really?
I
All
did,
right,
yeah.
dude.
So I chased the dream. For,
Nice.
yeah, so I did that. Played in South America for a little while, which
Okay.
was crazy.
That game drive you insane.
Yes, it will. Trust me. I'm
yeah,
well aware.
I bet.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But got into advertising. Actually met the owner of our company on vacation in Jamaica, and the power of networking.
Okay.
Just got in good with him. And,
What's your niche? What
yeah,
do you
so we're really good at helping retail stores save money on their advertising. What we're able to do is we're able to extract out the perfect customer
Yep.
and advertise directly to them while eliminating all the waste.
Okay, that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of waste. You know, I just learned this on a franchise. There's a franchise here locally that I was talking to.
Okay.
And he told me his radio budget, and it blew me away. I'm like, are you
unbelievable.
out of your mind? Like, why
Yeah.
would you spend that kind of money? He's like, we're kind of forced to. I'm like, you don't need to spend. I'm in radio. You don't need to spend that kind of money in the Jacksonville market.
I spent a little bit of time working for a home improvement company here locally.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that they spent on advertising in direct mail and magazines was astronomical.
Yeah.
And half of the people, well, probably more than half of the people they're advertising to
Yeah.
they're not in the market for that product.
Yeah.
They're never even going to read
it's
the
more
magazine.
about having the right person putting out the right message for you.
Yes.
Well, great to have you on
Thank
the
you.
show. Scott Wohlers is back, Riverplace Capital Management. How are you, bud?
Doing well, sir. How about
You doing
yourself?
good? You having a good day?
Having a great day.
What do you guys, what's the pipeline like? Thick? It's got to be pretty thick. You guys been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty thick pipeline, but branding and awareness
Yep.
is always essential to us and getting our name out in the community because they're not going to come to you if they don't know who you are.
Right, right. And other than just advertising, I mean, you guys do a lot for the community as well. That's really important, isn't it?
That is a pillar to our firm, is giving back charitably to this
Yep.
community, serving on boards of nonprofit organizations, donating time and money back into this community is at the core of what we do.
Yeah, people, look, I've been in Jacksonville now 27 years, and we're a close-knit community. I mean, we care. It's every charity event I've ever been to, which I'm going to one tonight, the J Fund Wine Tasting Gala, which is going to be awesome. It is so well attended. I don't care what it's for. It's so well. I think we're a community that really cares.
We are, and it's great to be a part of that.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you're part of the show as well. All right, well, let's talk about branding. Let's talk about the start of branding. All right, like when you're sitting there going, all right, this is my brand. This is how I'm going to get it out there, whether it's the logo or whatever. What do you start with? We'll start with you.
Well, basically, you start with who am I?
Okay, like a mission statement.
Yeah, and also, who's my target audience? And what makes me different than everyone else?
Right. How do you stand out?
Exactly.
You know, I'll tell you, this isn't about my life on this show, but I had a lifestyle thing called Suck It Up. And I thought it was for everybody. Like everybody, just suck it up. Look in the mirror. I should have just stuck to the physical fitness, to the gyms. Because in the gym, you have to suck it up if you're going to work out, right? But I thought, no, everybody. And it went nowhere. How about you, Tony? What do you say about that? Obviously, you got a brand right in front of you.
The keys to what we did in branding, we started with this. Yep. And if you look at it, it's Element Brands, and Element is like really small. Yep. I was talking to a good friend of mine, he's like, what is that? And this is our old labeling. Our new labeling looks like this. Okay. So the E is much more pronounced, so people can see what it really is. Yep. And he's like, you got to market the E, you got to market that side of it, not the word element, you know. Right. So it was interesting. You know, you learn a lot along the way.
What's going to capture the audience, right? The consumer. Oh, wow, I got to check that out.
What can you display on a car? What can you display in a sign, you know, that people will remember? The big M from Monster is what makes Monster, right?
That's right.
The Red Bull, the bull with the wings.
Yeah.
It's what makes Red Bull. So
we used to call it the gut
marketing.
Grabber.
Yeah.
The E, that's the same thing for us. You know, we decided we have to make the E prominent, so our new labeling all has a very large E on it.
Right.
And we went from here to there.
And for you got to have the science to back it up.
You do.
You have to, or you don't. Obviously, the brand's not going to work. Right?
Absolutely. We created our own water-soluble layer by contacting one of the big food companies in the United States and saying, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell them it was in cannabinoids or anything, and they helped us through the whole thing and provided us with certain ingredients that we utilized and some of the technology, and then we've adapted it and made it work. Yeah. And it is amazing.
That's cool. Really Adam, cool. How about with clients for you, man? I mean, that's...
Yeah, so
branding's a big part, especially small business entrepreneurs.
It is. We work with a ton of small businesses. We're really large in the retail furniture space, which is it's a very competitive market. You need to know what your market is. Are you a high end? Are you middle range? Or are you at the bottom? And then you need to market yourself to those individuals. Yeah. I see it every day. So many people waste so much money on advertising, and it's sad. I'm like, you don't have to be this way. Right. You need to get your brand out there, and you need to get it out to the correct people.
It's got to be targeted.
It's all targeted.
Right. Like I was telling you that they were like on these radio stations, nobody even heard of them. Like, why are you spending money on?
And advertising has changed so much. It goes from direct mail, and then it was kind of linear TV, and now it's streaming TV. Yeah. Less than 50% of Americans even have cable anymore. Yeah. So OTT, over-the-top advertising, is all streaming television. And we can get it really down to that one-to-one granular level, and it's really interesting stuff.
I want to ask you the final question. Is there too much when you focus on brand? Like it's too much and people get turned off? Is there a point of that, do you think?
Well, it's a balancing act, because you want to be forward enough that when the issue that you do, what you sell, comes to that person's mind, you want to be top of mind. So for financial wellness or for investment advisory services, we want to be top of mind, but we really build out our branding through our individual network, through trust, and really look to grow that as our brand is more trust and reputation. And then we can use that to advertise that way. But you can definitely go over the top by spending too much money.
Absolutely.
Very easily. Yeah. And as a small business, for us, it's important to count every dollar. Yeah, and that's going out to get the return back.
And you got to get that in, as we wrap up. You got to get that hook, right? Yeah. E.F. Hutton, we earn it. Remember that was commercials way back in the day? I don't know how that company ended up, but I remember those commercials. We were like, wow, and I go around saying it. E.F. Hutton, we earn it.
they got bought because they weren't performing up to that. But that's okay.
Yeah, but that branding obviously worked.
Like Scotch tape and Frigidaire.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody. Appreciate you being on the show. Absolutely. All right, awesome job. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwantabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.